ahead.
Yeah, spring practices so far, a couple in. Obviously, a defensive unit that was shining last year in its ability. And how excited do you have the guys back and here at the spring practice, what you've seen so far?
Yeah, it's great to have the players back. I mean, they live, breathe, and die college football. It all starts with our head coach and Coach Ensa, what he has for our program, vision and philosophy. And it's awesome just to be a part of that team. And, our guys, they're always in their extra. They're always trying to find the little details. And that's what you want as a coach, to be part of a program like this and a group like this that gets a challenge every day against our offense.
And your support staff, the guys on this defensive coaching staff, right? To retain all those guys and be ready for this spring season. How pumped up was it to get ready for this thing and have the guys all back as a coaching staff to plan for this next year?
Yeah, I mean, we got great teachers on our side and everyone on the team. But, from a defensive side, we got a great group that a lot of us have coached together for a lot of years. Coach Bresky and I have been together. This is our 5th school together at. And so we have a unique tie together, and it's great to be able to come out here and help the players learn first step football 1% better every day.
And the retention of some of the guys coming back as well. The returners, what are they bringing right now in these first couple of practices for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's a player's game, right? They're the ones on the grass making the plays, and I think they all have, they have a mindset and a purpose of what they want to accomplish this upcoming season and why they wanted to come back. And so we have to, continue to elevate the standard and continue to prepare each and every day.
Coach, we know you've got Simeon coming back. Who are some of the other guys that are going to step up in the secondary and take on those roles?
Yeah, we have a couple guys. Obviously, we had a couple great players that ended up graduating for us. Ethan Tierney's a guy that played a lot, got injured a little bit, so you'll see him in action too. And RJ Reagan's another player that was injured, in 24 and then came back a little bit, wasn't fully healthy. So you'll see him in there. Dryas Grimes is another one. There's going to be a lot of competition at those spots. Corner-wise too, Keontre Harris. We go on and on about all of them. Right now we need to, find who's the above-the-line players. But we got a lot of young guys that are, challenging each and every day for those spots.
Coach, what is the overall goal for spring practice? What is the idea, the goal when you guys conclude the spring game?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's not the volume of calls. It's just about teaching the techniques and the rules within each front, each linebacker fit, right, in each coverage scheme. And so our job is to teach those techniques, and then really the game planning stuff is week in and week out when you get to fall and then in the season. But it's all about techniques and establishing our culture of, our base fundamentals of communication, of execution, right, and effort, and doing those 3 things, rep in and rep out, and then all the scheme stuff takes care of itself once you get to fall.
With the defensive line, are you going to go with more of a kind of a play-off smashing philosophy, more stunting? What's your philosophy, and anything changing from last year?
Yeah, I mean, we have, Coach Geely and Coach O both worked with at other schools, and to be able to be here at Fresno State as a special group, our D-line sets the tone. So just an example of the movements or vertical, right? For us, it's you are the closest to the football, so you have to be the most impactful. Right, the closer you are to the football and the farther you are from the football, you have the most impact of one-on-one situations. And so for us, yes, they will, be vertical at times. They're going to move at times. There has to be variety. You're not going to play it always the same every time, but you'll see a lot of similarities from last year.
A lot of people talk about the retention of most of the coaches, including yourself. Did you have any other opportunities that any other schools talk to you during the offseason?
Well, I think all of us, for here is I wanted to be here. We love working for Coach Entz. We love these players. And my family loves it here. It's a great family culture. It's a program that has great tradition, that is bigger than any one person, right? It's bigger than me, it's bigger than all of us, and we get to uphold that standard each and every day. And so we wanted to be here, and we're glad to be here, because these guys, all these players came back. I mean, why would you not want to be here?
So speaking of the defensive line and players coming back, Owosu, Jax, Dejan, all these guys that were big on the defensive line last year are on the team still. And why do you think the defensive line could take steps forward in the spring still?
Well, I think they love the game of football, and they are constantly in Coach Geely and Coach O's office, trying to get better, trying to find that first step kind of in special teams. They talk about first step football, especially at D-line. And so I think they're students of the game. And what makes those guys special is they are continuing to work hard each and every day to be their best.
And linebackers-wise, you gave Titus and Logan playing time last year, and that's going to come in handy here because one of them is going to start this year alongside Kivion.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Bresky we had a couple injuries, right? A couple just different rotations in the depth chart, and he's a great teacher that helps the linebackers. They have to learn all the fits, all the coverage drops, responsibilities, right? And those guys, every day I walk by Coach Bresky's office, one of the linebackers is in there trying to learn and get better on top of the meetings that we do have. So it's a great group of people that love the game of football.
And my last question, for a typical football fan, how complex is this defense where spring ball is necessary to understand it and play it well in this fall?
Yeah, there's the analysis by paralysis, right? So they have to be able to learn and be able to gain a step on their opponent. I think as long as you are a student of the game and you come in every day with the right mindset, you're going to be able to learn and play fast, play hard, and play together. And I think those are things that we try to make sure our guys do it, just because if you're playing fast, right, that means you care, right? So they're studying, right? If you're playing hard, there's a physicality piece to the game of football. They got to love it, right? And then if they're playing together, it means that they're trusting the guy to their left or right. So those are like 3 things that we try to focus on with them.
So on the theme of returning, you also get a full season as a Bulldog and with this staff.
Yeah.
Now, for your second spring training with most of this group, how are you leveling up their routine for spring, and what are you adding this time around?
Yeah, I think you always got to start back with base, right? The base fundamentals and base teaching, but I think they have heard the words and the language, they heard it for a year. And so what it allows you to do is find the little things in the game of football that can help separate you on a 3rd and 4, on a 3rd and 7, right? Maybe it's a first down call and they see a different split that they're able to identify and communicate that with the back 7 or the front 4 based on the O-line structure. So those are the things, I think the little things in the game allows us to be a step further ahead that way.
You didn't lose any starters in the portal. You didn't lose a lot of guys with playing time. Can you speak to maybe what that says about your defense and your coaching staff?
Yeah, I think it's a full effort thing from the administration, right, from our head football coach, right? It's not just one person, it's from the top down. And I think, the red wave, those guys step out on that football field, they want it packed, they want it excited. It's a great environment. Like, this is one of the best environments in college football. You get to go out there and walk down that tunnel and you see that, and the fans are cheering, right? This is bigger than any one person, I think, and that's why they want to come back. It's the ultimate team game, and we got a great group of people that we have a lot of work to do this spring in order to be successful, but I love the mentality of what they're doing so far.